Dear friends, welcome to the podcast, Jesus at Home, by Spiritist Society Renewal. In today's episode, we'll be reading chapter 86 of the book, The Way, the Truth, and the Life, by the Spirit Emmanuel, as psychographed by the medium Francisco Candido Xavier. After reading, we'll give you a short commentary, and then we'll finish the episode with a prayer. Chapter 86. Jesus and His Friends. No one can show greater love than this, giving his life for his friends. John chapter 15, verse 13. In the historical setting in which Christ lived and worked, we are impressed by the reality of His immense love for humankind. He did everything possible in terms of selflessness and dedication to others. His actions were celebrated in gatherings of camaraderie and love. The first manifestation of His ministry happened at a joyous party in somebody's home. He kept company with publicans. He longed for His disciples to understand Him fully. He was a faithful friend of the needy who sought the help of His immortal virtues. Throughout the lessons of the Gospel, we see His efforts to make Himself understood by means of His infinite capacity to love. The Last Supper is a perfect example of complete devotion. He washes the disciples' feet and prays for each one's joy. However, when He has His first clash with the destroying powers, the Master experiences the ultimate abandonment. In vain do His eyes look for the multitude of His friends, beneficiaries, and followers. The lepers and the blind that had been healed by His hands have all vanished. Judas has betrayed Him with a kiss. Simon Peter, who had enjoyed His company in his own home, has denied Him 3 times. John and James have gone to sleep in the garden. The others have hurriedly agreed with the unjust accusations being made against Him. Even after the resurrection, Thomas demands proof. When you are at the narrow gate, fulfilling your achievements for the life eternal, you too will be alone. Do not wait for your friends. They will not understand you. Even so, keep on loving them. They are children. And every child is afraid and has many needs. To better understand Emmanuel's message, let's read next 2 questions from the Spirit's book. Question 893. Which is the most admirable of all the virtues? Answer. All virtues are admirable, as they all are signs of progress on the moral path. Every act of voluntary resistance to the seductive influence of temptations for wrongdoing is a sign of virtue. But the sublimity of virtue entails the sacrifice of self-interest for the good of others without having any ulterior motives. The most admirable of all virtues is that which is based on charity, and is the most fair-minded. Question 951. Is the sacrifice of one's life admirable when it is made to save the lives of others or to be useful to them? Answer. When incurred for such an end, it is inspirational. However, such a voluntary sacrifice of life is not suicide. God disapproves of useless sacrifices, and when pride tarnishes the intention as well. A sacrifice is only admirable when disinterested. If accomplished with a selfish end in mind, its value decreases in God's eyes. Now I invite you to join me in adapting the prayer of St. Francis. Jesus, make me an instrument of your peace. In this world, where there is still so much hatred, offense, discord, doubt, error, despair, sadness, darkness, help me to bring love, forgiveness, unity, faith, truth, hope, joy, light, everywhere, at all times. Master, make me try to comfort more than to be consoled, to understand more than to be understood, to love more than to be loved. For it is by giving that one receives, by forgiving that one is forgiven, and by dying that one lives to eternal life. So be it. Thank you for listening, and until the next podcast, Jesus at Home.